Hi everybody, it's your host Raven Paris, and I'm getting an exclusive today at WBAL TV with their newest anchors, Miss Ashley and Andre.
Hi.
Hey,
how you doing, guys?
Good. How are you?
Really well.
I'm doing good. I've been hearing a lot of amazing things about you.
Like
so
what?
I'm happy to be here. Well, for one, y'all have good chemistry, and I learned that.
Well, thank you. We appreciate that.
We tried.
But now I want us to learn. I want to learn a little bit more about you guys. I want my audience to be able to learn a bit about who you are too.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna start off with a game. Okay.
Oh, it's a game.
Just to break the ice a little bit.
I like games.
Okay. So I'm gonna start a sentence and I want you to finish.
Okay.
Okay. I'm addicted to go.
Coffee.
Green tea.
Green tea. I fear what?
I fear heights, like serious heights.
Really?
Little
But
heights
you
are
like to
okay.
travel.
I do like to travel, and I like roller coasters. But if I'm looking over the edge of a really high building, I can't. I can't do it. I'll freak out. Yeah.
Rats.
Oh.
Rats.
Well, they're in Baltimore, so.
I see them.
Stay
I've seen
away.
them. That's one of the reasons why I didn't move to Charles Village.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
I mean, I get
If anyone lives there, I mean, we love it otherwise.
I love
I
it
get it.
otherwise, but I
get
saw
it.
too many of them over there. And I was like, I love this section of town, but there's too many rats.
No,
around.
I know. It's not a good feeling to be near
Another one.
those.
If I had a superpower, what would it be?
I would totally read people's thoughts.
Really? That wouldn't scare you?
No, I just want to know everything. I think that's part of my journalism and reporter self.
It'll make
is
it easier.
I'm nosy and I just want to know what I'd rather just know. Just tell me what's going on, you know? Yeah.
I'd love to be able to just snap my finger and be anywhere at
That'd
any
be cool.
time.
That's like a teleporter, right?
Boom.
Yeah.
Yeah. Damn.
When I was younger, I used to sing and rap in the mirror. What?
A lot.
A lot of stuff. Prince.
For real?
Yeah.
I-
It's my all-time.
Yeah,
I mean, I love a lot of music, a lot of
Yeah.
different types of music, but my all-time favorite Prince.
I sung Disney songs all the time, thinking I want to be a Disney princess.
I did not sing Disney songs when I was a kid. Just so for the record. No,
There's male parts like Aladdin and I don't even know what else. And Eminem. I'm
For real?
not kidding.
You're a rapper.
I mean,
So wait a minute.
if
So
that's what you want to call
we
it.
gotta hear you spit there.
Right. Lose yourself.
Better lose yourself in the music.
The moment, you never gonna let it go. Only get one shot, do not miss your chance to blow this opportunity.
Yeah, she was
That's all I have.
That was good. That was good. That was the last question for the game. You did
I don't think I've ever done that out of my bedroom.
Until today, it's okay. I love it. So now let's get into it. I learned a little bit about you guys, and I know, Andre, you're from New York.
Yeah.
And literally, I just was there a month ago. I was in the Wien Academy, and my family lives in Long Island. You graduated from college in Long
Long
Island.
Island. You have to say, if you say Long, you have to say Long Island.
But your New York voice up,
Yeah.
Long Island.
Long Island.
Good.
But my dad is from there, but I did not pick up the voice, so I'm sorry.
Yeah,
No, I can. You're good. You're all natural. Yeah.
But I want to know, what are 3 things that New York has that you learned from New York that prepared you for the industry?
Wow, a lot of things. Okay, let me just think about that for a little bit. So to always be ready for any and anything. I think New York made me tough.
Hello.
Literally and figuratively. Like it just gave me a tough exterior. Like I've lived there and went through whatever there, so I can go through anything. I can deal with any kind of situation. It prepared me for life. The diversity of New York. I grew up with so many different type of people from all facets of the earth, of all kinds of background. You know what I mean? I grew up around blacks, whites, Latinos, Asians, Indians, Arabs. You know, and so I'm able now to kind of
To adapt to
any situation and to work quickly. In New York, people don't have a lot of time.
It's time to say hi.
No,
Like, hi, good
if you go to a
morning.
pizza shop, it's like order, like what do you want? Like, come on,
Leave your
you know?
money there, grab your thing.
Even the
go.
speed of speaking, people talk a lot
People
about
talk
faster. You know,
So
It's a lot.
fast.
So, and there's a gazillion other things.
Those are good.
You know,
Those
but
are good ones.
that's what
Good
it came off the
answer.
top of
And
my
I know
head.
you're from Texas.
originally, yes.
So I don't know much about Texas, but
Okay.
Queen B is from there.
Yes,
so
she
it gotta
is.
be good.
H-Town.
So I want to know what are 3 words to describe your childhood?
Oh,
Wow.
oh,
Wow.
this is really good.
Jeez.
Family oriented, very, holidays together, Christmases, and we live near my grandparents, my aunts and uncles, and so we always got together and did special
You have a big
occasions like
family?
that. I do. Big Italian family, so yeah. Adventurous because we would always go on vacations a lot of times.
That's
I
why
was
you love
really,
to
really
travel.
blessed. Yeah, I was really
Okay.
blessed to do that, and so we would always go to different places. And even growing up as a dancer, we would travel for that too, and for my different competitions.
So you rap for us, so you can.
If you
That was
if
a
you-
Got to turn the camera around, get more space. Just kidding. And loving, really big loving family.
You sound like me.
Really?
Yes.
Did you dance too?
I danced up until I was about 7 or 8, and then I started cheerleading.
Okay,
so I gave up dancing, started cheerleading.
Yeah.
Then in high school, I became a showstopper, which is when you dance for the band.
Oh, sure.
So, yes.
Yeah, it's a very familiar. Yeah,
So maybe
very.
the two of you can choreograph a little
We could
dance
rap.
routine
Sure.
right here for us.
We'll do it all.
So those are good. So now I want to go into actually now when we got into the actual industry.
Well, first of all, when I was a page at CBS and I was still finishing up college and everything, that's when I got the bug. That's when I fell in love with the television news industry. I was working for Steve Croft of 60 Minutes and Dan Rather, seeing all these greats in the industry, and I was just like, wow.
They were sparking your fuel.
I was like, they have so much power and they have so much passion for what they do, and it's informing the people and holding the powerful accountable to the people. I fell in love with that concept, and I just was like, I'm gonna do this for a living. This is what I'm gonna dedicate my life to. And even though I was not making any money at the time.
That's one thing
money,
that
but-
all of us have been through. Yeah, it's making peanuts.
I tell people all the time, passion does not always bring you income.
It doesn't at first,
doesn't.
but just have some patience, stick with it, and you can make a living out of something that you love doing. And I love doing this.
So actually, by you being an actor, you started out as an anchor and a reporter in your, it was in Texas.
In Texas, yeah.
In your hometown. So by you actually being a woman, I know it's very challenging for me being a woman in a male-dominated industry.
Yeah.
So what have some of the challenges has been for you, some adversities you have to get over?
Yeah, I think one of the biggest things is people taking you seriously. And as a woman, there's a lot of hurdles that we do have to overcome that men don't have to. And some men will take you seriously no matter what, because that's just the kind of guy they are.
Yeah.
But I think in general, proving yourself and proving that you have the intelligence and you have the ability to chase after those hard stories and knock on the doors and go out in the dark in the middle of the night and in these kind of scary areas, and just proving yourself, I think, is a little bit more challenging to do as a woman, but it's definitely possible.
Yeah. I agree. And you, before you came over to Baltimore, you was in a good space in St. Louis.
I was.
So what made you want to leave there and come here to Baltimore? Why
I
Baltimore?
It's funny. I used to get asked the same question when I went to St. Louis, which is where I was before, because they were like, "You still live in Miami?"
Hello?
Yeah.
I'm a big picture person. I think about steps way ahead. Like, I think about things in terms of 3, 5, 10 years. I don't think about the immediacy. Yes, I had a great safe spot in St. Louis. My general manager was taking me to lunch every 2-3 weeks.
Free lunch.
Everyone wants free food.
But I felt that I had done what I could. I was put on a morning show which was not doing well at the time. It became very successful. I was very well celebrated there. Again, I had a really good situation, but I was like, you know what? I've done what I could do here. I'm ready for something else. This opportunity came up. I looked at it for what it was worth, and it wasn't just Baltimore. It was WBAL and its tradition and its history. It was the company, Hearst Television, which I had been studying for a while. I was like, okay, this is a big picture move for me, and I'm comfortable, and I'm at peace with it. And as time goes on, I think I made the right decision every time. I look back at that decision, I was like, I did the right thing. Again,
Me too.
it's easy to be safe, right? Thank you. But it's easy to be safe, but sometimes you have to take risks and you have to roll the dice. And that's another thing that I learned from New York, being in New York. I mean, it's like it's a place where people move from all over the world to start off with scratch, and they did it. So if they made it there, they can make it anywhere. And I have that mentality that, you know what, I'm gonna chart my course wherever I go. I'm gonna do this.
And we gotta be comfortable with being uncomfortable. Right. When you're uncomfortable, you never know.
Start
like,
start fresh. I don't know
That's
this. I didn't know that I was gonna end up sitting next to Ashley. It's a great thing.
I think kind of what he said, I think like a new challenge, and especially in growing yourself. Coming here, I think that was step for me. And also, my family lives really close to us in here, and they're in Pennsylvania,
So they weren't too far.
they're not too far. They're in driving distance. That was a huge decision for us to come up here. And also, like he said, the BAL history on this station and the powerhouse that it is, and the breaking news that they cover, and Hearst as a company, same thing. I mean, it's just one of the best in the industry. So it was just a really, really great opportunity to be able to come here, and I'm so happy I did, obviously, because I'm sitting next to you too. Yeah, you know.
So now I want to know, like, so what was your first reaction? Like, okay, now y'all about to be on this show together. Y'all do not know each other. What is your first thought of Andre? What is your first thought of Ashley?
You know what? My initial impression was a good impression. And I'm not just saying this because she's sitting next to me and she's my partner now, but I had a good feeling from the onset. And even when she auditioned, I was like, yeah, this feels right. This is fine. This is gonna be just fine. And then when she started working, I was like, wow, I think we're gonna take off. We're gonna be good. We're gonna be great.
Yeah,
good. I'm claiming that.
I think we just have similar personalities, and we mesh well together, and we kind of work off of each other in a partnership that I think is so important. As what we call work husband, work wife. But it's so true, because you literally spend 9 hours a day, not only out here at the desk, you're constantly talking about what stories you're covering, how you're going to cover them, different script adjustments. So it's really important to have that camaraderie and that connection. And same thing for me. When I auditioned, I felt the exact same way. Just we clicked, great energy. It was just easy, and that's how it should be.
So I know you both have a lot of experience in community giving back. So have you thought about any of those attributes that you can give back to Baltimore's community?
That's actually a great question, and I was just literally a week ago talking to my husband about this, because my church pastor had mentioned it in a sermon, but they're starting this program with schools starting back in session to help tutor the youth, and for some reason that just clicked with me. That touched. I love kids in general, but to come to a city that has so many needs, especially in the children department, I feel called to do that, and I'm actually in the process of looking at what organizations do what and kind of how it fits our schedule, because
and I'll help you too.
Oh, great!
I'm so involved.
Oh, great!
Even though I do this, I'm a social work graduate.
Oh, that's wonderful.
I'm heavily involved.
Yeah, and just like the tutoring aspect, like it's something easy that I got to learn when I was a kid, and I want to give back in that way, and I think it would be really special.
Same here, and I agree, and I'm very committed to those programs that give back to the community. You know, here at the station, we do a lot of community service, and I'm often called upon to take part in situations in which you give back, and we also give back in other ways in the journalism that we do, in certain stories that we choose to cover that others might not want to cover, but we say, you know what, this is an issue. Juvenile crime is something that I've chronicled over my time here. It's a huge issue in this city, but not just here, but in other cities. And a lot of times I've found, and in talking to these young people, that a lot of them just need a little push and guidance in the right direction. And sometimes that little nudge can be the difference between somebody on death row and then somebody turning his or her life around and making a change. I did a story a few months back about this kid. He and another kid carjacked a former councilwoman here. You might remember this for Ricky Spector. And then she's actually been involved in actually helping him. The other kid was still trying to reach him, but this one kid has made a huge transformation, and it was because of people like Ricky Spector saying, you know what, I'm not going to throw the book at him and throw him in, let me see what I can do to help him. And he's smart, and he's positive, and he's doing some positive things, and he's just one example of so many kids here in the city that sometimes they have situations at home, they don't have access to resources and food and all that kind of stuff, and that if they just get pushed in the right direction, that could be the difference literally between being dead or being a source of
make that
inspiration.
change.
Inspiring.
And it's what we do, and it's how we do that.
We're going to do it. So to wrap up the interview, I'm going to go into another game just to end it. So in 5 years, I see myself where?
Wow.
It's Jerome walking away. He doesn't want to know. He doesn't want the answer. In 5 years, I'm gonna be a mom. If it's up to me, I definitely want kids, and within the next few years or so, and definitely that is on the agenda, the to-do list. And so 1 or 2 at that point, probably.
I would say be a father, probably also in the next 5 years or so.
Okay.
Not together. So.
Of course not. They're nice and married, guys.
Right.
That's work wife, work husband. Yeah.
We're married to other people.
Yeah.
The next question. So when I'm long and gone, my purpose on earth was to?
I think bring more people to Christ. I think my faith is really important to me, and I think bringing His kingdom into this world and sharing that with others and living that out is my purpose in being here.
Yeah, I love it.
And then and that gives me a segue to use my Christ-inspired calling.
Yes, because you all give us a
be
purpose.
a positive impact in my community, in my country, in my world.
Yeah.
know.
And you're doing it.
To give back.
I'm trying.
You
We're
are
trying.
influence.
You know.
Last, my biggest advice that I can give to an inspired young professional is to?
Don't give up. I've wanted to give up a lot of times. I think in this career there are a lot of setbacks, there are a lot of frustrations, a lot of hardships that we've had to go through, to get here. And I think that there's so many times where we could have, thrown in the towel and said, "Hey, I'm done. I don't want to do this." But keep pushing forward, keep going, and that says something for who you are as a person and your character.
Builds character.
Yeah, it really, really does.
That's the same kind of thing, never, ever, ever give up. And I would just add to that, never make any excuses as to why you can't do something.
No
Make up a reason why you can
Yeah,
do something, and that's the key to success.
that's good.
All right. Well, tell everybody where they can find you guys
At Andre Hepkins, pretty much for Twitter and Instagram. Andre Hepkins WBAL for Facebook.
I'm at A Hinson, that's HINSON WBAL on Twitter and Instagram, and then Ashley Hinson WBAL on Facebook.
at. That's so awesome.
Thank you. So nice to meet you. Oh, you're so great. Oh, thank you.
Well, thank you so much for tuning in to Myself Raven Paris with Andre and Ashley. Make sure y'all tune into them Monday through Friday at 5 p.m.
Yes.
All right.
That's it.
That's it.
See y'all later.
Take care. Thank you.